Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourselves in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Kansas by Dark. This afternoon's scene is going to take place in the Hollow Oak Changeling Bar. The Hollow Oak, for its part, it's not terrifically late in the day. As a matter of fact, it's just past lunchtime. So it is that you smell the sweet, heady aroma of food being served. Boggins run this establishment, and a boggin establishment without food could never hold its head very high, now could it? As I've said, for those of you who have not been to the Hollow Oak, it is a small, curmudgeon-y place just off a main thoroughfare in Kansas City. The lettering over the door on a green background is gold leaf. However, it has long since fallen away, become shabby, and lost its luster. However, as you walk through the small double doors, by warmth, friendship, and music, no matter where they come from, no matter if they be seelie or unseelie, up or down, or side to side, is welcome in the Hollow Oak. We will join our player characters as they enter.
First things first, crickets chirp.
Let me just roll a d10, see 1d10 crickets. 7 crickets.
Okay then. While the
Oh god, 10 crickets have escaped.
Well, while the crickets are being handed round, Henry will be in the kitchen working on a large number of pies and some freshly brewed beer.
You hear Mr. Einright will hear from out front the voice of his fellow boggin Connor as he shouts, Henry, we need at least 2 more pies. Come on, there are hungry people out here.
Three large trays filled with pies slide out from the kitchen.
He will say as he passes the food to the waiting customers before using his boggin stepladder to peep his head up over the bar. Just in time to see next person entering the bar.
For posterity's sake, let's say it's Eddie, dressed in a red flannel shirt that looks a little bit too much like a lumberjack's outfit than anything casual. And with his current horn-rimmed glasses, he is currently screaming, well, not verbally screaming, but his appearance screams, hipster, with the rolled-up sleeves and many tattoos upon his arms and hands, and the ones crawling up his neck. After all, a circus performer who is a tattooed man that eats fire and other strange substances would no doubt catch the eye of many. He approaches the bar, looking hither and yon, before settling down carefully and leaning forward, getting a light peek at the boggin across the table.
The boggin, for his part, is, relatively small even by boggin standards. He's only about 4 foot tall. But he smiles at you welcomingly as he brushes down his tunic shirt and says, we've met, sir, and I know most people around these parts. My name is Connor.
Eddie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir. He'll say, you get 1 drink on the house when you're newly arrived in the city. So what can I get you?
Actually, I was more interested in the prices of your food items. The only thing I like to drink at this time is simply water. Thank you.
That's fine, sir. It depends, he'll say, as he potters down and hands you a menu. Coincidentally, you can pay in either real-world money or dross. So he will potter up and hand you the menu and say, and what can I get you today? Our specials are a lamb and beef casserole. We've also got some fresh monkfish in a lemon sorbet. And I believe he kind of knocks on the window at the back of the bar and he goes, Henry, what's the last special?
It's steak and kidney pudding. We need to get rid of the last of the kidneys.
Thank you. And steak and kidney pudding.
I do believe I happen to hear monkfish with a lemon sorbet. That sounds most unusual. I'll go with the steak and kidney pudding, please.
Excellent. He'll say, would you be liking to set up a tab, sir?
You know what? Why not? I might be here a while, and he's going to give a pleasant smile, which fails in every way to be pleasant, considering he's a red cap.
The
I
Boggin
might just be the one to help, take care of all the rest of those kidneys.
as you say, sir. In that case, he'll take out a piece of paper on a clipboard that's almost comically large compared to his tiny body, and he'll start noting down things like he'll ask your name, your address, your date of birth, just the standard things you put on a form, and he'll say that it's a month. You pay by the month. It'll be. He says, will you be paying in cash or in dross, sir?
Cash, please.
Very good, sir. He'll make the little notation, and he'll say, I'll go and see to your food immediately, sir. Oh, my apologies.
Dankeschön.
By the way, in the dreaming, do you wear your house colors and affiliation, or no?
I guess he would have it on his lapel or something. A small symbol of House Scatha.
Mm-hmm. He'll gesture forward so that you kind of lean in to listen to him. If you lean in.
Yeah. Yes.
He'll just say, forgive me for stereotyping, sir. And I don't mean to, but this is a peaceful establishment, and I just wanted to let you know that.
Of course, no problem. I'm not a Pluricon or anything like that, and my duties are around our borders, not inside.
Good. In that case, I'll go and see to your food, sir. He'll kind of, pop down his little step chair and make his way into the kitchen. Just in time for the next person to enter. Ha-ha!
Bastard, no. Oh god, it's Eddie's shadow. Nega Eddie.
If I could ever figure out why my mic is being dead. Alright. Next,
Somebody's
is
talking, I cannot hear them at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's better.
Okay. Wondering why my mic was being upset. Olaf von Bracken walks into the bar. Though anyone with that can sees that he's not wearing his old house colors. And he's walking in wearing a sash of a different house, it seems.
Which house?
Dougal.
Ah.
So much for oaths.
I never swore an oath to the house. That's kind of different.
I
was never
We
a
can
knight.
talk about that later.
Yeah. So he walks up to the bar and asks for a large mug of beer before sitting down next to Eddie.
The Boggin, when he returns from the back, he will have a large steaming plate of food that contains the steak and kidney pudding. It also contains, sauteed mushrooms and onions and pommes frites, and we'll place it in front of Eddie.
You will notice, incidentally, the pudding is about. Are you familiar with beer bottles?
Yes.
The pudding itself is about as tall as a beer bottle.
That's a tall pudding.
And at its base is about as wide across as like the entire length of a beer bottle. It has been packed fully with kidney. You get the impression you are being used as a kidney disposal method.
It wouldn't be the first time I had to do something else like this, but that's okay. First of all, hello, Olaf. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. How are you doing today, Eddie?
I'm all right for the time being. Perhaps just the slightest bit nervous, but that's normal considering my current occupation. You're wearing different colors.
Oh yeah.
Something that.
Oh, I just got a much better offer from House Dougal than I did from Elund.
Far be it from me to make judgment. I tend to stay out of politics for a reason. That's one of the reasons why I actually joined House Skyfire. Too many people wanted my talents that wanted to manipulate me. But that's okay. So, what kind of beer did you get? Weiss beer? Dunkel beer?
What I was thinking is one of the dark Germans.
Ein gutes Dunkelbier.
And I'm hoping they have some here. If not, then they'll just start with the vodka.
Instead of beer, vodka to start. You must be in for the long haul there, my friend.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be drinking and eating. After completing that pattern, it was I have something to celebrate.
You created a pattern?
Oh yeah, I created a pattern for what is the name? She full plate, a master crafting suit.
Oh, my goodness, that must be well, pardon me for saying one hell of an undertaking.
And it might have been except for Vulcan's pleasure. Vulcan's hammer is very, very good at helping with creating such things.
The Bargain will climb up his little step ladder to Olaf and he'll say, good morning, Squire von Bargain. It is a pleasure to see you again.
Greetings. Do you have any of the German beer still on tap?
Of course we do, sir. Will you be requiring a menu, or are you good?
Maybe some potatoes, and some of the what did I have last time? Some brown gravy that the chef made last time. I liked that.
As you say, sir. I'll see to it immediately. He'll place the tankard of ale down in front of you before once again hitting the back window, and he'll say, Henry, do you have potatoes and black gravy back there?
Boiled or roasted?
He'll kind of turn. Boiled or roasted, sir?
Oh, roasted, please.
Roasted!
5 minutes. Right.
Okay, and then we shall pause to allow the last person to join us.
Kim, that's you.
Are you replying to a forum post? Okay. Yeah, CC is just going to enter. Because this is a changeling bar, she's a few inches off the ground and she just flies around, because that's what CC does.
If you have wings, flaunt them.
Damn right, it was a 4-point freaking merit. I'm gonna use it when I can.
That's entirely fair.
Yes, indeed.
She'll just fly over to the bar and kind of wave at everybody and then ask for some coffee.
Will you be wanting to see the menu, madam?
No, coffee is just fine.
Okay. Black, or would you like it sweetened, or?
Black is fine.
Very well. He'll casually walk down his stepladder and go to where there is a kettle and start boiling the kettle.
Hello, Cece. Good to see you. Eddie will offer an arm to hug and mention, "You're just getting black coffee? Sounds like you're in the mood for something bitter."
I always drink my coffee black.
Well, yes
Wakes me
then.
up.
So how are you doing?
Well, yourself?
Doing all right. Olaf here sounds like he's been working particularly hard.
Well, yeah. Master-crafted items. Much sweat and blood went into making them, yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna say, it's kind of hard dealing with Gandalf and all the other, Dwarven shenanigans. Oaken Shield, but I mean, if it's just crafting that's got you, I mean, that's you.
The coffee is placed down in front of Cece, and a few moments later, the potatoes and gravy arrive.
He'll take the coffee and take a sip.
Is good coffee.
She'll give a thumbs
Also,
up.
with reference to the potatoes, it's again a huge pile.
This is Boggin hospitality. We never have to do anything.
Half the size, twice the capacity.
I think the same thing goes for red caps, at least as far as they can take in. Phrasing.
That was always the assumption.
Was I led to understand, the Boggin says, climbing back up onto his little stool, that you two are celebrating your hand fastening? We should provide you a cake, perhaps.
No. For the last time, we are not getting married. We are not married. We are simply old friends.
Oh, I see. We
Who
really
told
should.
you this? Was it the puka?
We really should put a muzzle on that kid. Make a note of that. I'll make a note of that.
Well, I mean, is he? Yeah, he's far too young to even enter the bar.
Mm,
You will hear a shout from the kitchen. Never too young to learn to drink. In my day, we did it from the moment we left the mother's breast.
I mean, I guess the Dark Ages were creepy like that.
No,
perhaps.
water just wasn't clean.
Back
Perhaps.
then, alcohol was used as a way to clean the system out because everybody was so incredibly filthy. Not much has changed.
If you say if it makes you uncomfortable, Squire, then we will not allow the puka child in the bar after hours anymore.
Well, I mean, from how I grew up, is as long as you can reach over the bar. But I suppose that doesn't apply for you. So there's always differences.
Well,
would you want somebody as talkative as that, under that much influence?
that's fair. But as I've said, I wouldn't want to insult a member of the nobility. So if it upsets you, then it is done, sir. And he gives a small Boggin.
Like I said, I'm trying to keep politics out of it.
Hmm.
After all, this is your establishment. If you feel it necessary to give the child...
Also, this isn't my establishment. I just run the bar. And Henry runs the kitchen.
Then whose establishment is this again? For my sake?
This is Lord Traori's establishment, sir.
Well, then he makes the rules.
But he tends to be... He wishes to make rules for the benefit of his patrons. He's very hands-off. I run things in his absence.
Well, then it's up to you, then.
I will take what you have said under advisement.
A wonderful, properly political answer.
Thank
Now
you,
then,
sir.
question for you. Connor, was it?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite drink here?
Oh, I have a number of special tonics that I bring out for special occasions. So
I meant your personal favorite.
he will walk down his stepladder, and he'll go to he'll go into the kitchen, and he will proceed to take a very old bottle from a very, very tightly locked case that has 3 locks. He has 3 keys to the keys. Henry will have one of the keys, and he proceeds to take out a very old, dusty bottle. That is it's made of black glass, so it's incredibly opaque. And walk out to the bar with it, and he'll say, "This, sir, has to be my favorite drink in the entire establishment." And so far,
You were saying so far what?
so far, I've had the pleasure of giving it to many different and diverse groups of people. Would you care to try it, sir?
First off, how much is it?
You get 1 free drink, sir. You've not claimed it.
That's true, but how much is another drink?
What do you mean, sir?
In case I would like to purchase one.
He'll whisper an amount in your ear that's an astronomical figure in both money and dross. Have an exact tabulation in front of him, basically.
Well, then that ruins my idea.
Why, sir? What was your idea?
I was going to get one drink for myself and one for you. Is it your personal favorite?
No, sir. Please. As I said, I'm working. I don't drink when I work. But if you want to try it, as I said, one free drink is any drink I can provide. That's the gios on this place. So please, would you care to sample?
Perhaps another time. Perhaps a more festive time. Not under the pretense of this rumor mill marriage. Oh.
Very well. I can understand why that would be most disconcerting. Miss Cece, I see you've finished your coffee. May I offer you another cup?
Just mildly frustrating that no one seems to listen to either of us.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Okay. He'll walk back into the kitchen, replace the bottle, and lock it back up.
Yeah, Cece, would you like to try some of this pudding? It looks more like a pie. It's made of kidneys.
Ew, kid, no. No.
All right, then. I thought I'd offer. How about you, Olaf? Although you have your giant stack of potatoes.
Oh, yeah. I'll take you some of the pie for some potatoes, though.
Yeah. Let us share.
He just like pushes his plate next to the giant pie.
And then potatoes and pudding were shared.
Incidentally, Evan, I'm assuming that at this place there are essentially other wait staff.
Oh, yeah.
One of them will just bring out a large tray, basically covered in various forms of meat, so beef, pork, chicken, and the like. They're just set on the bar between the troll and the red cap.
On the house, gentlemen. Compliments of the chef, apparently. To make you both.
What's this?
He kind of taps the divider window again and says, "Henry, what the fuck am I telling them this is?"
Sampler.
It's apparently a large sampler plate, sir.
Very
You will
well.
notice that like the various chickens, beef, pork, lamb, they've all been flavored in different ways. Some with plain gravy, some with chili, some with sweet and sour sauce. It's a genuine sample full of massive variety of things.
Would you like to join us, Cece?
She looks up from her phone and she just kind of blinks. She's like, huh? What?
A sampler platter.
Oh no, you
I
guys
can-
can. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I had something
Hi.
before I left.
And then there was much devouring.
And more calls for beer were heard.
You will have the answer for beer very promptly. It is at this point that music starts to be sparked up. Some, a troop of three, one a slua, two satyrs start to play music in the background. A lively fiddle is struck up and people start to dance.
Regrettably, the slewing is on the mic.
It's amped up to the nines. No, not really. They're not singing. They're playing kind of traditional quasi-Celtic music. So much so the Boggin, Connor, is going to walk up to Stevie and kind of... Is she wearing pants or a skirt?
Pants.
He'll just kind of tug on the pants ever so slightly. Kind of get her attention.
She'll look at him and arch an eyebrow.
He'll kind of shuffle his feet a little bit, clearly embarrassed, before he says, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind if I asked you to dance, Miss Cece.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so he will kind of extend his hand to you, kind of, step out onto the dance floor, as it were.
Yep.
Oh crap, let's roll some Dex Athletics and see how bad we fuck this.
Haha, you have Dex Athletics, but I actually have Dex Performance with a
Oh,
specialty in dance.
Ha ha!
I'm imagining now that the bartender Bogan is just going to be dangling in the air.
So my
I do
athletics
have
is
Dex
much higher.
What was that, Kim?
I said, though my athletics is much higher.
To be fair, yes, Anthony, it might end up with the Boggin and Pixie dancing in the air. That might be a thing.
I mean,
Because he only weighs like... What was that, sorry?
she'd have to pick him up and... Oh my god, he's actually shorter than her. She's 5
he
foot,
weighs-
he's 4 foot.
How much strength do you have?
3?
Yeah, you could easily lift him.
She's not gonna do that to the little guy.
Poor little Boggin!
I wish to remind you all, Henry is even shorter than the bartender.
He is, One second. Roll some...
Would this count as a role involving body flexibility?
Oh, fuck yes.
Oh. Because I'm not sure if my double jointed merit would apply or not, but that's what it is. It's just like...
But probably for like...
What if you do the funky wavy motions with your dancing?
Yeah, for like really detailed and like twisty dancing, probably.
Okay.
The Boggin has 2 successes, so he's cutting a rug.
Let's hope this goes well. Okay, 3
Admittedly, it's a
successes.
rug in the air.
Okay, so the 2 of them proceed to spin and dance around the dance floor. They're doing kind of a Kaylee style, kind of, as everyone claps around, and it's very fast-paced. It's not very graceful, but it's a lot of fun. Until the song ends, and the Boggin, he walks you back over to your seat, and he very politely kisses your hand, and he says, "Thank you, Madam Cece. You've made me incredibly happy."
Thank you for asking me for the dance. It was very fun.
Ziggy, are you joining us, or are you watching again?
I'm probably going to be watching unless you guys are cool with a sorcerer coming in there.
Do you have the ability to see into the dreaming? If so,
Nope.
fuck, I don't care.
So yeah, I'm not going to hop in.
Beg your pardon?
I'm not going to hop in. You guys go ahead.
Okay, cool. Okay. So the Boggin walks back behind the bar and starts to, clean a perfunctory glass. As he says, "So, what's new from you gentlemen then? Any news? It's always good to tell your bartender things, I suppose. Otherwise, who would we gossip with?"
How's Fiona?
Yes.
As far as news goes, no, I don't really have anything in particular to mention. Just, mostly busy, kind of quiet. We'll see how long that lasts. What?
I was just wondering what's been keeping you busy, sir.
Oh, just, my current adventures, such as they are. Not too much, not too little.
That tends to be a Boggin's attitude towards life, sir. Not too much and not too little.
Yes, I mean, I tend to like to keep things inherently practical, because if I overreach too much, then I'll just have too much on my plate. And even for a red cap, that is possible.
Unless you're a red cap who eats premium. Or, yeah, Grog knows what I'm talking about. Don't eat premium. Or premium. Premium. Words. But he'll nod at that and say, "I do hope that there's nothing unpleasant looming. After all, you said you guard the borderlands, so we all like to be happy and healthy here, you know?
Yep.
Good. Good. We did have some very interesting company in here the other night.
Dare I ask?
How much do you know of the really old stories?
A bit, if I take time to really think about it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Sorry, just reading Grog's comments amuse me. Have you ever read Little Red Riding Hood?
Yeah. It's one of my favorite stories.
Well, we entertained the big bad wolf. In a manner of speaking. They weren't very big or bad, though. They were rather charming, really.
All right.
He goes back to, cleaning. He's going to start mopping or brushing out behind the bar with a long handled brush. It's far too big for him.
At which point, Eddie will nod to Olaf. Pardon me a moment. I'm going to go talk a bit with Cece because she seems all alone and far too interested in her phone.
She'll look up from her phone and say, "No, I'm not. I'm fine. You guys keep talking."
At which point, Eddie will then depart from the bar, carrying his plate of pudding with him, and then sitting across from Cece at her table.
Cece was sitting at the bar.
Oh, well then, he will sit next to Cece then.
I don't think he would have moved because I'm assuming we're all just kind of like in a line.
Grasps his plate, realizes Cece is already beside him, and sits back down, perhaps just a little bit awkwardly, because red caps are not good in social situations. I notice you're already right there. What's got you so busy on your phone? I'm not going to try to pry too much. It's just like, you're really into that thing.
Another chapter of my favorite fan fiction was released. I'm wanting to read it.
What fan fiction?
Oh god, I can't think of any other than World of Darkness fan fiction off the top of my head. Ah!
She's reading about Sam and Dean.
Oh god, no, not Sam and Dean. Every season is just a basic remix of the one before. It's just the same thing over and over again. One of them does something stupid and dies. The other one's got to bring him back. Blah, 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 blah. No. It's Harry Dresden fan fiction. Thank you very much.
Oh
and
my
some speculation on what Peace Talks is going to be. I'm so excited for that book to be released.
I haven't read Jim Butcher in forever. My goodness.
His Codex of Alluri is really good too. Like, I kind of had a friend throw that book at me, almost literally, and was like, "Cece, you need to read it." And I was like, "Fine, I'll read it." And it's actually really cool. Like, the whole Fury crafting thing, oh, it's great. And I like how each of the elements kind of counteracts each other. So if you have like a whole bunch of, earth crafters and whatnot to kind of just mess with the wind crafters, and it's just like, oh, it's great.
Interesting. So what's going on in this Harry Dresden fanfiction?
Oh my god.
Is something actually maybe happening with, what are they called? The Jade Court, maybe?
It's some stuff between Harry and Murphy.
What stuff between Harry and Murphy? Is this before or after that Murphy? Oh, I don't even remember. My goodness. Is this before or after Harry died?
This is after.
Okay, so further than I really managed to read.
It's fun. Like, you just go and talk to your red cap buddy over there, and I'm gonna just sit right here and I'm gonna read, and she'll just kind of give thumbs up.
But I'm the red cap buddy. Tell me about what you're reading. Come on.
Do you want me to be frank with it?
I think it's
cannot.
At this point, because
I'm going to interject here. The hatch slides open, and you just hear an irritated voice shout out, "She's obviously reading porn!" Slam.
The little angry man, he's probably not wrong.
50 points to House Boggin.
And at which point, Eddie just seems entirely nonplussed. So, tell me about it. My goodness, are you so bored that you're just going to be reading pornography with some of your best friends here, and you're not going to share details? Come on, I mean, goodness sakes.
At this point, a young woman will emerge she'll walk down the stairs from the upper level of the tavern. You hear kind of a clink, clink, clink as she walks down. She's dressed immaculately in an overcoat and white shirt, gloves, and black slacks. Quite expensive clothing. She's got a crescent moon pin through her epaulette, and she'll walk over to the group and she'll look at Cece and bow her head respectfully, and she'll say, "Excuse me, madam, is there a problem here?"
No.
Very good. We were just rather disconcerted with the very loud, raised voices and people shouting about pornography.
That wasn't me. That was your little angry dude back there.
Oh, I see.
Eddie is just laughing very inappropriately, but, Boggins and their social graces. What social graces? Exactly.
She will turn and she will say, "Excuse me, sir. My apologies. We completely misconstrued the conversation. Please, have a drink on the house."
That's 2 drinks. Oh dear. Yeah, Cece, what would you like? More coffee? Perhaps, what do they say, an Irish coffee?
Honestly, I'm fine.
Would you really just rather be left alone to read your pornography here in the middle of a bar next to your friends?
Look, that chapter is finished. Now I'm reading something else. Jeez, why did it, okay. I read it for the plot.
Look, now, I'm not judging you. I'm just curious as to what's so entrancing about it that you're here with your friends and you're just reading.
Okay, look. Let me tell you a thing right here, right now. My job every day is to be social and do backflips and walk across tight ropes. There are times when I just want to, have my own little bubble and do my own little thing and just listen to everyone else talk and let them have a good time and recharge my social battery by watching other people enjoying social interactions.
And putting a finger at her lips and just go, shh. I understand.
Bite your finger off.
Sir, please refrain from undue physical contact.
At this point, the hatch is going to slide wide open, and you just see the Boggins speaking out. Because pornography, and now the words unwanted physical contact. Henry's peeking out of the kitchen, curious at this point.
Does he have
Let's go back in there and watch her own porn.
Sorry, both of you spoke at once. Kim, what did you say?
She was looking to Henry and just kind of making the shoo-shoo motion and saying, "Go back and read your own porn. Go."
And what was Chris saying?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Okay. Chris said some smart alecky comment. We'll call it smart alecky comment A.
Smart aleck red cap comment.
There we go. But she will say, yes, we have rather specific rules as it pertains to unwanted physical contact. I would ask you please apologize to the young lady.
What? If I wanted an apology from him, I'd just be like, "Yo, dude, give me an apology. It wasn't that big of a deal. Calm down. Jesus Christ."
You just threatened to bite his finger off, madam.
It was in a very teasing manner. I can't bite his finger off. That's what they do.
We are very old friends. We do this to each other all the time. I mean, you should see when she tries to elbow me in the rib cage. At least maybe 3 times a day when we're hanging out.
Now
Yes.
you make it sound like I'm an abuser. Oh my god.
No, not an abuser. We're just friends. Goodness knows. I mean, how many times do I attempt to throw you and then you just fly? But we know each other. Goodness. Oh no,
Am
people are
I,
going
am
to
I
say
the
we're
only?
getting married again.
Am I,
No,
yeah, am I the only one beginning to see where the Puka thinks you're getting married,
we have been friends for many years.
and you're acting like an old married couple? And believe me, I've seen enough of those.
Cece, go back to your book. I'm going to go back to my pie. Oh God.
It's a pudding! You hear screams from the kitchen.
Mr. Ironright, please calm down. Think of your blood pressure.
I'm being calm, Elizabeth. I'm being calm. But you got them wrong. Pies are baked.
Oh dear.
Puddings are boiled. Damn, I missed the 1890s. And he turns around, slamming the hatch.
I must apologize for Mr. Ironright. He does get rather invested in himself.
You will hear, you actually hear a voice, like an off-key voice, singing from the kitchen. If any of you are familiar with Christmas songs from the 1890s, he is singing a ballad from the 1890s.
Now then, as I've said, sir, my apologies. I do not know your name, he says, addressing you, Chris.
You may call me Eddie.
I see. My name is Elizabeth St. Martin. It is a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Lovely to meet you as well. Oh, my goodness. What an interesting time. If only there was an issue here to record it.
If you'd like, I can have something scribbled up for you, sir.
No, I was merely making commentary.
Indeed. Now then, she will look at the barman and say, "Do furnish this man with whatever he wishes. He is our guest this evening." And he will bow and say,
You're also very accommodating.
"That is my job, sir. At the moment, I'm overseeing the running of this establishment for my master." Now then, she'll walk up and kind of, she won't pat you on the shoulder, Olaf, but she'll walk up and kind of place her hand on your shoulder and say, "Good afternoon, Olaf. I assume you're well."
Yeah, I am eating. I am having a good time. I am watching all of the, shall we call them, festivities going around.
Good. The master wishes to inform you that he is very grateful for the pattern, and you and he shall have to have a conversation as it pertains to that soon.
Oh yeah, I expect it.
Good, good. Also, we shall be venturing, or you rather, shall be venturing into the dreaming with him at some point within the next few weeks, yes?
That is good. There's a good chance, yeah.
Good, good.
Barring that something from the career world does not stop me.
Indeed. I merely wish to know if there was any mundane responsibilities you wished for me to handle while you were away.
Oh, nothing that I think that you could handle, I'm afraid. I've got some railroad track that I have to make, but other than that.
Very good. And Mistress Cece, it is agreeable to see you again.
Oh, she'll just kind of give a thumbs up.
Very good. She will walk behind the bar and she'll start to mix. She'll start to mix a drink. She throws the shaker into the air, incredibly deftly with her hands, and she'll pour it into a glass in front of her. And before taking a sip, and she'll say, "Huh, needs more peppermint schnapps." Regardless, I trust that your new duties are not boring you too much, sir. She will say, denoting you, Chris.
Oh, no, everything is going swimmingly.
Wonderful.
Eddie will also actually, no, I don't want to roll for this. He will be leaning a little bit, trying to look above Cece to see what she's reading. I mean, he does have the benefit of being much taller than her.
She's not even reading anything. She's playing Bejeweled.
In Eddie's internal monologue in his mind. You liar!
She wasn't even lying. Earlier she was reading stuff, and now she's playing Bejeweled.
How good is she?
She's actually really good. Like, she's taking her time, because she's doing it on, like, you can assume, like, classic or whatever. And she's not, like, rushing through. She's getting a lot of combos.
Nice.
She'll look up.
Eddie will watch.
She'll look up and just kind of say, "Do you need something?"
No.
Why are you watching over my shoulder? You know, it's like, why?
I'm terrible at playing these kinds of games myself. It's always more fun to watch others do it. And, oh god, people are going to talk, but I'd rather not watch anybody else but you play because you are the best person at these kinds of games that I know. They're going to keep talking. I'm just trying to compliment you.
Just blink and say, I mean, okay. But look, it's not good to be antisocial like me. You should talk, you were having fun with your red cat buddy over there.
He's a troll.
Oh, the troll buddy over there, my bad.
A potato goes sailing through the air as I roll dexterity, athletics to beat her in the head for that.
That's fine. No, I got this.
Hang on. Whoa. It becomes very, very simple. Grog has stated an action, so you may now state what actions you are attempting to do. So let's do this by the book. DC, what do you do?
Did you say PC?
CC.
Oh. Yeah, she's just gonna dodge. He's not that hard.
Okay, and Chris, what are you doing?
I'm going to intercept the potato with my mouth.
Okay. Grog, make your Dex Athletics roll. Do you have a spec that will apply in this situation? I don't know.
Swift hands or strong arms. I don't know that either would actually help though.
I think strong arm would probably help.
Yeah,
if you want to catch her off guard.
Yeah.
We go with swift hands because he doesn't want to hurt her. He's just trying to beat her with it.
Okay.
Let's see. So, yep.
Okay, so Kim, if you'd like to attempt to dodge.
Yeah, just give me a moment.
Wouldn't my attempt to catch intercept that anyway?
Well, no, 'cause she's still going to attempt to get out of the way. Your attempt to intercept will also take place at the same time.
So even if you fail to intercept, she might still dodge. Only if you both fail will you be dinged in the head with a potato.
Oh no, would this count as body flexibility to just kind of like bend out of the way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
It will still be highly amusing if you happen to fail.
7 successes because I have nimble specialty for my dex.
Yeah,
Nice.
you will, one way or the other, you will get out of the way of the potato. Chris, the only role I can think that is applicable would be Dex Brawl to counter the.
I would have said Dex Athletics and just basically putting
It'd be a
yourself.
block attempt, which is Dex Brawl.
Yeah, because I'm going with the fact that under the rule to bite is a Dex Brawl, so I'm going to just say Dex Brawl.
Cool. I cannot roll, so I have a pool of 8 dice with a specialty in precise.
Okay, I'll roll it.
Very precise in this potato gnashing.
Okay, cool.
I think
Yes.
my bite is 5.
1, 2. Yeah, holy shit, you get 7 successes? Okay. Yeah, you bite the potato out of midair.
As a potato flies definitely through the air, it lands in the teeth of the immense maw of the red cap, while simultaneously the Pisky weaves and bobs at nothing in particular. How dramatic.
Okay. We then leave that action, and people may react to the action as they choose now.
Chew. Reasonably spiced.
I assure you, Mr. Ironright is an excellent chef, sir.
I do not discount that.
However, if you would not mind, in the future, Olaf, please do not throw food in the establishment.
Chew, nom nom.
Did you suddenly devolve into noodle physics?
What was that, Chris? All I heard was noodle physics.
I was asking DC, is it just me, or did you suddenly get all noodle physics?
She will ever so slowly look up from her phone and say, very simply, look, something was thrown at me. I was going to get out of the way. I did not expect anyone to try to bite anything out of the air.
At which point, Eddie will put his hand to his chest as though hurt. And his eyes will go wide in an overdramatic manner, which is a little disconcerting considering his eyes under the face seeming are entirely red, with red veins going along the sides. He just looks pained, like, Cece, you do me harm. Why would you think that I wouldn't possibly have your back in any situation?
Because it was a potato flying through the air. It wasn't like it was gonna kill me.
Are you sure? Random flying potatoes might be more risky than you would surmise. Best if I eat them first, yeah? At which point he'll then give her a quick rub on one of her shoulders. Not in any kind of massage way, but just like a friendly squeeze.
Okay.
He's trying to be friendly and he fails so hard. Oh, the poor Redcap. Poor Redcap Flaw.
I think at this point, Chris, the hatch will open and a plate will appear with a slice of cake on it and a small note that reads, "For the Redcap, condolences." When you eat it, it is a brioche brownie loaf with a berry filling. It is very nice.
By the way,
that famous picture of like Keanu Reeves or somebody sitting on a bench alone eating a slice of cake?
I was going to say, Kim, a piece of basically wild berry torta is placed in front of you by Elizabeth, and she says, "You don't necessarily have to eat. We just thought it might be nice to, how to phrase. I'm not exactly sure. You just looked like you needed a piece of cake."
Thank you.
She'll
She's
smile.
not gonna eat it though.
That's fine. May I offer any one of you gentlemen dessert?
I apparently have already been given a slice of this. I hesitate to use the word pie because the last time I said it I got yelled at.
Who yelled at you for using the phrase pie, sir?
The boggin from behind, the one from behind the slat. He was like, I called that pudding a pie again, and he was like, "It's a pudding," but it's all right. I mean, he just seems kind of uppity, but that's no problem. In fact, it's rather refreshing.
Mr. Ironright is very old and set in his ways, sir. My apologies if he has offered you offense.
Not at all. It's okay.
Sometimes it must be rather interesting to see everyone scamper around you whom you think is children. Poetic in a way.
I wonder if you are saying that I think of him as a child, or if he thinks of all of us as children.
He thinks of all of you as children.
Ah. Very well. We'll enjoy that pie. And it is good, because it's got a berry filling.
Very
And it's
filling.
also good in general, because it was made by a bargain.
I mean, that is a boggin hole, and that means comfort.
Raising.
Elizabeth will walk through into the kitchen. She takes off her coat and hangs it on the door. Oh yeah, hi, Mr. Ironright.
Yes, Elizabeth. He's standing at an enormous cooking range, like with essentially a bench set in front of it, so you can walk up and down.
She'll smile at him and say, "Yes, Mr. Ironright."
What do you need, Elizabeth? I'm a little busy.
I understand, sir. Nothing of great cause. The master just wished an update on how it is that orders are progressing today.
Oh, all doing well, as far as I can tell. We're a little short on steak, but that doesn't matter. Oh, and yes, he holds out basically a large fruit cup, a large apple crumble.
What tables are these to go to?
Table 6 and table 17.
Not a problem. She'll take it in her hands and proceed to walk out and act as waitress. She will, when she's done, she'll clean her hands with a handkerchief to make sure there are no crumbs on her white gloves before she walks up to the collective table, where the bar where the rest of them are sitting, and says, "Oh, my apologies. Your name, sir," she says, denoting you, Chris.
Once again, Eddie, if you please.
My apologies, sir. I'll remember that for future reference. I assume you're wearing your red Squire sash?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, it's chimerical, and, it's probably, I don't know.
This character, for the record, doesn't have a chimerical seeming. However, she appears to be able to see you, if that makes sense.
Nothing makes sense in Changeling for me, but sure.
Oh, yeah, no, but basically she's a Kinane, which is just somebody who has fairy blood. She will say, "Sir, I see that you're wearing I see that you're wearing a squire's sash, yes?"
Yes.
My master is going to be organizing she contemplates the next word, training day for the squires of the realm, in order to keep their skills sharp as a test of their mantle to knighthood, and would be honored if you would attend.
I might, perhaps. I am already currently undergoing training from my knight that I am squire to. But I will ask his permission if it is all right if I attend such a thing.
Good, sir. Thank you very much. I'm only fulfilling my obligation in issuing the invitation.
Very well, thank you very much.
She will bow very politely. And also, on that character, as Evan has to go very shortly, apparently, to go and eat dinner. Does anyone else have anything very pressing they want to do or say?
I don't think so.
Okay. In that case, we'll call it here. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Chicago, in Northeast Kansas. We hope you have a pleasant day.